My family spent my inheritance, and now they want my forgiveness. But they did not expect this. Hello, Reddit eyes here. When I was a kid, I always thought family meant loyalty, trust, and support. Fast forward to today, at 25, I've learned that sometimes the very people you trust the most will betray you in ways you couldn't even imagine. I'm the youngest of three, with two older sisters, Gloria, 33, and Lori, 31, and parents who own a family grocery store. It sounds like the setup for a cozy sitcom, right? Yeah, well, let me tell you how this sitcom turned into a nightmare. My grandparents, both on my mom and dad's side, left us a significant inheritance. Each of us kids got $100,000 in a trust fund. Gloria and Lori, they blew through their money like it was confetti. They dropped out of college, became single moms, and had to crawl back home, working at our family store to scrape by. Meanwhile, I worked my butt off landscaping throughout high school, saving $20,000 on my own, because I was dead set on using my inheritance responsibly. College, a house, a life that wasn't tied to the store. At 18, I was ready. College was calling, and I had my partial scholarship lined up. I sat down with my parents, fully expecting to access my $100,000. But of course, that's when the bombshell dropped. We were all at dinner, my parents, my sisters, even their kids. I asked about my trust, and my mom hesitated before saying, "Can you wait 2 years before touching the money?" Wait? For what? I asked. That's when it hit me. They'd spent it. On what, you ask? My sister's mistakes. My mom explained that the money had gone to help with my niece's health care, living expenses, and even to pay off a lawsuit Gloria racked up from a DUI. A DUI, folks. A lawsuit. I could feel the blood drain from my face. How much is left? I asked, barely managing to keep my voice steady. She looked me dead in the eyes and said, "There's $5,000 left. 5,000 out of $100,000, and they expected me to be okay with that." My dad chimed in, talking about how it was all for the family, how I needed to understand. But all I could hear was the sound of betrayal. "Isn't it great," I said, my voice cold as ice, "that everyone benefited from this money except the person it was meant for?" I walked out that night, packed my things, and left. I wasn't going to stick around and play happy family while they smiled in my face and stole behind my back. Over the years, I made something of myself. I used my savings to start a landscaping business, hired 6 guys, built it from the ground up. I didn't need their money, but that wasn't the point. The point was that my grandparents left that money for me, not for my sister's bad decisions, and they stole it from me. 2 years ago, I contacted a lawyer to access whatever was left. I wasn't expecting much, but I also wasn't expecting the account to have $3,456.13. Even less than the pathetic $5,000 they originally told me. My parents tried to reconnect over the years, gifts, letters, invitations. I sent them all back. They didn't deserve my time, my love, my forgiveness. I was done. But then my fiancé got involved. She's incredible, really, sweet, caring, loyal. Except, she did something behind my back that shook me. She met with my family, secretly. For a whole month, she kept it from me. She sat me down, tears in her eyes, and confessed everything. My mom had reached out to her, begged her to help reunite the family before the wedding. My fiancé was scared to tell me, worried I'd cancel everything. I'll be honest, I was furious, betrayed, but I loved her, and I forgave her. What I wasn't ready to do was forgive my family. Things escalated from there. My sisters showed up at my business with their kids, begging for forgiveness. My dad admitted that my mom had spent the majority of the money without his knowledge, then pressured him to cover for her. Their marriage was crumbling, and my dad, for the first time, was breaking down in front of me. "I'm jealous," he confessed through tears, "jealous of your relationship with your father-in-law. I've failed you, and I know I've lost my son." It was heartbreaking to hear, but I didn't let the sympathy wash away my anger. My dad wasn't the villain here. It was my mom who made the choices, who gambled with my future. She wanted to meet, of course. I told her to show up with a check for $100,000 if she ever wanted to talk to me again. My wedding is next month, and guess what? I've invited everyone, except my mom. My sisters want me to hear her side of the story, but I've heard enough. She can't buy my forgiveness, but she sure as hell can try. Now, Reddit eyes plus community. Here's where I need your advice. Should I meet with my mom before she hands me that check, or after?